Okay, so I'm Samantha. I am the Adult Services Librarian at the Winona Public Library, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Pokemon Go in the library. If you were at my MLA presentation, you probably saw a little bit already about it. And I'm going to talk about the positive effects that Pokemon Go has had on our library, even though our city has had some negative effects. So, just a little bit of what I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to talk about what your library can do, the programs that we've done at our library, some of our partnerships, and then resources that you can use. So what can your library do? The first thing you need to do is you need to go and you need to download the app on your phone or your tablet, whatever you have. Once you download the app, you need to find out if your library plays a role in the game. Is your library a Pokestop? Is your library a gym? Our library is a Pokestop, although I really wish it was a gym. And I will be applying for our library to become a gym as soon as Veterans Memorial, which is the controversy that we've been having, is no longer a gym. So some of the things that you can benefit from Pokemon Go, or what you can do, first thing you can do is you can have a Pokestop sign in your library. This is the one that I created for our library. It's a location icon that says, this library is a Pokestop. So I created this. I can send you the template if you're interested, if your library is a Pokestop. It's also, there's a template available on the Pokemon Go Library Support Group on Facebook. If you're a gym, what you can do is you can update gym colors, or every time there's a battle, if someone's won, you can update that. This is from the Beaufort County Library. This is totally what I'm going to steal as soon as our library becomes a gym. So what they did is they say, welcome trainers. It says, welcome trainers to the Bluffon County Gym. And then it says, this gym is currently controlled by team. And then it posts the team colors. And then the thing that they did is if your team currently was controlling the library, they passed out team buttons. So if your library is a gym, you need to do this immediately. So the other thing you need to do is play the game in your library. You don't actually have to play. Just walk around until you find Pokemon in your library. It's a great marketing tool. It's been great for us. This is our reference staff member, Sandy. We have a Pokemon right there, and we had her strategically place her hand over it so it looked like she was swatting it. It's one of our most popular Pokemon images that scrolls on our LCD TV. So here are some of the programs that we've done in our library. We've done Pokestop lures. If your library is a Pokestop, you can do lures. You can buy them for like 99 cents, or once you hit level 6, you'll start getting free lures. So you actually have to play the game to get free stuff. And so what we did is I got to level 6, I got my free lure, and then we did a program where we invited people to come in and use our lure. What a lure does is it attracts Pokemon to your Pokestop, which gets people in because you got more Pokemon in your library or location, and people are going to come and they're going to do that. Another thing that we did that has been extremely popular is Pokemon Go Bingo. We've had over 300 participants in Pokemon Go Bingo. It is super, 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 super popular among millennials as well as children. So what we did is we said that you had to match a bingo card to your Pokedex, and if you got 5 in a row, you got a bingo, and we would give you a free Hardee's coupon for free fries. So a lot of people got confused because they have to use their Pokedex and not, their Pokemon. And the reason being is the Pokedex keeps track of all of the Pokemon that you've caught, and the Pokemon will disappear after you start trading them in and things like that. So that's why we decided to go with the Pokedex and not a Pokemon. We used a bingo generator called DLTK-cards.com. It has the original 150 Pokemon in it, which is what Pokemon Go uses. It uses the original 150. And they also have one for the newer Pokemon, but again, because the game is the original 150, we used their original 150. So some of the partnerships we've done. We've done a Pokemon Go safety and courtesy education class with our police department. And they talked about tips and tricks to stay safe while you are playing Pokemon, because Winona has had some issues, let's be honest. So we wanted to teach them how they could be safe at night while they're out playing Pokemon Go. We wanted to talk about how you can avoid Pokemon Go scams and different things like that. If I could do something differently, I would want to make sure that the police officer teaching the class has actually played the game, because she hadn't played the game, so she didn't know some of the tips and tricks that you can do to be safe while you play at Pokemon Go. Like there's an option in the settings portion of Pokemon Go which allows your phone to vibrate when there's a Pokemon nearby. So you don't actually have to be looking at your phone. It just you just gotta make sure you can feel the vibrate in your pocket. And so those are some things that I had to interject throughout the class. Another partnership that we did was Pokemon Go in the park. This was something that we did with our park rec department. So we had a couple of parks, well actually more than a couple, all of our parks had either a Pokestop or a gym. And there was one park in particular called Levy Park that had 2 gyms and 3 Pokestops. And you literally could walk back and forth between the gyms and the Pokestops. And so they wanted to do something, and they didn't know quite how they were going to promote the event or what they were going to do. So they came over to the library and said, okay, you guys have been doing all this great stuff. How can we do something? Or what can we do to promote it in Levy Park? And so we got together, we got some prize donations from Topper's Pizza. They donated pizza so that families and adults could have pizza while they were out playing Pokemon. We provided Pokemon Go bingo cards and the Hardee's coupons in case people won while they were there. We did a Pokemon Go safari in the park, so it would be a lot like I know Dodge Center has done a Pokemon Go safari in their library. We've done it in the park. We cut out shapes of Pokemon and then hid them throughout the park. We had to actually move the Pokemon a couple of times because the kids were telling all the other kids where the Pokemon were hidden. One of the coolest things that we did is we have a charging station by our reference desk in the library. We thought it would be really cool to put that in the wild, if you will. We took the charging station out of the library and put it in the park. It got a lot of use. I used it because I was not smart and I went to play the game. in Levy Park with 50% battery. And it's always good to play Pokemon Go on a full battery. So I literally was tethered to the charging station and playing Pokemon Go in between a gym and a Pokestop, which worked really well. But it was really cool and also really weird to see our charging station in the middle of a park when it belongs in a library. So some of the resources that we used. So there's a Facebook group on Facebook called Library Pokemon Go Support Group, hashtag Poke Library. So if you're on Twitter, it's Poke Library. You can also search some of the postings using hashtag Poke Library on Facebook. It's a great resource. It's how I got the idea to do a safety and courtesy education class. People post articles and just fun things that their libraries have been doing. And it's a great resource for different ideas. Another resource, and the Facebook link for that is facebook.com/groups/Poke Library. So another resource is your own community's Pokemon Go group. So Winona has a Pokemon Go group called Pokemon Go Winona, where people post where they find different Pokemon. They've posted different things that they want to do in different parks or ideas or things about let's show that we want to be good citizens and pick up litter, and they got groups together to pick up litter around different parks. It's been a great promotional tool for the library to promote our stuff. There are other groups in the southeastern Minnesota area for different communities. Rochester has Pokemon Go Rochester. Zumbrota has Pokemon Go Zumbrota. Cannon Falls has Pokemon Go Cannon Falls. Red Wing has Pokemon Go Red Wing, Minnesota. Rushford has Pokemon Go in Rushford. And Austin has Pokemon Go in Austin, Brownsdale, and the Blooming area. So it is available for almost any community. Not every community has it, but a lot of communities have a Pokemon Go resource right on Facebook for their community. I advise checking it out if you want to do something with Pokemon, see what people are talking about, and go from there. Maybe use some of their suggestions and make it into a library program. So there is one more resource that I used, and that is Mike Flores. He was... That image was from Linda, our technical services.
From the folds.
He was a great resource in giving me ideas. He actually called me a few times. One was about Pokemon Go Bingo, so that program would not exist if it wasn't for Mike. He also told me about the lures and how I had to get to level 6 to get a free one, so I didn't have to pay for them. So a lot of our programs were in thanks to Mike. So thank you, Mike. Does anybody have any questions? So you might be thinking, why should I do this? It's not popular anymore. You're wrong. The reason I say that is right now, Pokemon Go has a thing where you can get extra candy for playing during Halloween. And that goes through today. So I wasn't quick enough to think of a program to do for that. And it is still gaining popularity because trainers will be able to battle soon. As soon as that happens, when that update happens, I will be having battles in our library. So, yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more specifically about the problems that you said Winona has encountered at the Veterans Memorial?
Yeah, I'll vaguely talk about it. I won't go into a lot of detail. But the city of Winona had some issues with a park that's no longer a park. It's now a memorial. That park was called Veterans Memorial Park. Now it's Veterans Memorial. And that park boasted, I want to say, 3 Pokemon gyms and 5 Pokestops. So it was epic. I spent 2 hours once at Veterans Memorial Park just playing. So it was way cool. But some of the problems were is that it's a memorial. There are veterans memorials for different wars there, and a lot of families have bricks that people are walking on, and people were loitering, if you will, and essentially kind of camping in the park. They were throwing trash. They brought hammocks to lay in, because if you positioned yourself perfect, you could be in a gym and at 2 Pokestops at one time. So people brought hammocks and positioned themselves perfect so that they could do that. They brought canopies, so they had shelter from rain and the sun. They grilled, they had coolers. So people were essentially camping in the park, and veterans got upset with it. A city council member who happens to be a relative of mine and also a veteran was upset over this and wanted to take some council action. He wanted to ban Pokemon Go from Winona. And so there was that big controversy. You can't actually ban Pokemon Go because it is illegal for a police officer to take your cell phone. They have to ask permission like they would to search a backpack. And so you could easily say, no, can't see my cell phone. So that's why the law never passed. But Winona also became famous because of a video on YouTube. You can search Winona Veteran Pokemon Go. And it will come up. And so there was a video that went national where a veteran became very upset with some Pokemon Go players and tore down a canopy. And there were some words said. I actually wanted to play it today, but Mike said no. There's some foul language.
So did they change the name of the park
Yes.
as a result of this?
Yeah, so the park is now Veterans Memorial. They got rid of the word park.
Right.
So it's now viewed as a memorial and not a park. So it's been fun in Winona with Pokemon Go. It's been positive for us. It hasn't been so positive for the city, but for the library at least, it's been really positive. And I call it like a Pokemon Go safe space, if you will. We are the safe area for our community members to go that play this game.